ወደ ቻናላችን ተከታታዮች ከዚህ ቀጥሎ በመናቀርብላችሁ ቪዲዮ ሪሊጅንን እንደ ቲዮሪ ሃይጃክ ያደረገ መንፈስ ሰዎች ላይ ተጣብቆ እንዴት እንደሚያስቸግርና በምንስ አይነት መንገድ ማስወገድ ይቻላል የሚሉ በዓለም ላይ እውቅ ከሆኑ ሳይንቲስቶች፣ ምሁራኖችና የስነ ልቦና ጠበብቶች የሚሰጡ የመፍትሄ መንገዶችንና ሳይንሳዊ ምክሮችን የምናሳይ ሲሆን ከፊት ለፊት በምታዩት ፎቶ እንዳያችሁት በዚህ አይነት ችግር በአሁኑ ሰዓት ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ በብዙ ሰዎች የሚጠቁ ሲሆን ከዚህም የሚጠቁ ሰዎች ከፕሮሚናንት ሯጮች እንዲሁም ደግሞ በተለያየ መንገድ ከሚሰሩ የተለያዩ ሰዎች በዚህ አይነት ችግር ሲወድቁ ሲሆን ብዙ ጊዜ እነኚህ ሰዎች ብቻቸውን ሲጸቃዩ ይታያል። ይህንን ችግር በኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ለመስመርና ይህ ችግር ምን እንደሆነ እንደ ሰለጠነው ዓለም በዌስተርኑ ዓለም እንዳለው እንዲታወቅ ከሚል እንደዚህ አይነት ተከታታይ ቪዲዮዎችን በዚህ ቦታ እንለቃለን። በሚቀጥለው ቪዲዮ ውስጥ እንዲህ አይነት ሪሊጅንን እንደ ቲዮሪ ማስክ አድርጎ የሚጠጋ መንፈስ ሰዎችን ለመጣበቅና እነኛን ሰዎች ለማሸገር የሚጠቀምበትን ሲስተም እንዴት አድርጎ እንዲህ አይነት አታቺንግ ስፒሪት ወይም ደግሞ ሪሊጅንን እንደ ቲዮሪ ሃይጃክ አድርጎ በተለያየ ቲዮሪ ውስጥ እየገባ ሰዎችን የሚያጠቃ መንፈስ እንዴት አድርጎ ማስወገድ ይቻላል የሚሉ ቪዲዮዎች እንድታዩት ለቀናል። ተመልከቱት።
As usual, if you enjoy watching this video, please help by clicking the like button below. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any interesting updates in the future.
It's fairly easy for my guides and I to remove negative entity attachments from people permanently. However, every once in a while someone comes to me with a more persistent issue, and that even though the negative entity removal activation was effective, it was only effective temporarily. So if this is true for you or for someone that you know, then this video may help. Although the negative entity attachment removal video, which you can watch right here, is effective for a lot of people, there are still the select few who are really suffering from their persistent attachments. When one particular sufferer came to me complaining of persistent attachments, she was beside herself with misery and frustration. These entities had been wreaking havoc on her for some time, and she felt that she had been doing everything that she possibly could, including raising her vibration and taking a better outlook on life. Or so she thought. And she finally said to me, "Why is this happening to me?" And I simply said, "It's not them, it's you." And this rattled around in her brain for a few weeks before she finally decided to join my online workshop, which really wasn't even set up specifically to remove negative entity attachments. After only 2 weeks of my 6-week course, they were gone and gone for good. We do so much in a 2-hour class, so there's no way for me to know for sure that this 10 or 15-minute video is truly going to effectively remove persistent negative entity attachments, but I'm willing to give it a shot and see what we can do. The first step is to climb the emotional frequency chart, and I have a number of videos about the vibrational frequency chart, one of which you can watch right here. But if you think back to what she said and what she was feeling, she was saying that she was beside herself with frustration and misery, and she was also saying that she was living a higher vibrational existence. But if you know anything about the vibrational frequency chart, living in frustration and misery is not very high vibrational at all. And that's why it's so important to find a way to climb the chart to help yourself overcome these negative entity attachments. And how do you climb the chart? You view your lower vibrational emotions with higher ones. Let's take frustration as the example. If you can look at your frustration with a higher vibrational emotion, let's say acceptance. If you can accept that you're frustrated and not blame yourself for feeling frustrated, but understand that you are a human biological being and that you experience lower vibrational emotions from time to time and that it's okay. Then you can move up the chart to the next category and you can feel optimism over the fact that you won't feel frustrated forever and that eventually it will go away because all the terrestrial emotions are actually temporary. And if you continue to move up the chart, you might get to gratefulness. And you can be grateful over your frustration feeling because you know that you're going to learn lots of lessons from this lower vibrational emotional experience, and that it will help you grow and become a bigger, better, more amazing person. And then you might even be able to unconditionally love your frustration experience because you love it when you get an opportunity to grow. Step 2. Listen to a Raise Your Vibration activation every day. There's one in this video as part of the activation at the end. But if you need just a quick activation by itself that's only a minute or two, you can download one from my store on my website, and I'll include a link to that in the description below. Step number 3. This is probably the most important, but also the most difficult. You have to embrace the paradox and love your negative entity attachments. This might be something that you know already, but you haven't been quite able to embrace yet. But ultimately, you need to shift the way that you look at them. They cannot be these scary, evil, sinister beings. They cannot be these beings that are out to hurt you and to harm you. And you can't look at them as being very strong and you being weak in comparison. All of those things have to go, and you have to look at them in exactly the opposite way. That they are actually there to help you. That they are your teachers, and that they have been brought here by you intentionally so that you could learn some amazing, beautiful lesson. And when you do, they will say goodbye and leave because their mission has been accomplished. You have to look at them as these beings that love you unconditionally, and you have to do the same to them. Now, many people will say at this point, oh no, doesn't this just invite them into my field? As a matter of fact, it does not. You also are going to tell them, thank you so much for all that you've done for me. Thank you for all the lessons that I've learned. And you need to be able to say what you've learned. You can't just say thank you for all the lessons, but you don't actually mean it. You have to be able to take a look at what they've done for you and what they've done to you so that you can isolate what it is that they are actually trying to teach you. And you have to almost prove to them that you've learned those lessons. Most likely, this is a situation where they're actually just trying to raise your vibration and change the way that you look at them and the world. And you need to be able to look at them and the world and love them for exactly what they are and as they are and who they are. Again, I told you this was a paradox, and that's the challenge of this. You have to be able to look at them as this amazing set or amazing being that has been sent to you, that has been brought to you by you only to help you. And once again, you're going to look at them in the same way that you look at lower vibrational emotions, using the emotional frequency chart. So you can do the same thing. You start looking at them by moving up the emotional frequency chart, one emotion at a time, starting first with acceptance of their presence, perhaps, acceptance that you called for them, that you asked for them, that your higher self is in support of them. Whatever it is, accept that you are experiencing them and that it's okay. The next is moving maybe to optimism. Be optimistic that they will not be with you forever. Understand that they are only here temporarily and that they're only here until you learn the lesson that they want you to learn. Next, you can look at them with excitement. Maybe you can be excited over discovering how they have been helping you. This will be an amazing moment when you figure this out. So be excited about that moment happening. Then moving maybe to gratitude for all that they've been able to do for you. All the possible lessons that they've been teaching you. And that you will eventually come out of this as a transformed being. And finally, into unconditional love for all that they've done. This seems counterintuitive, that actually, if you think back, they've caused you a lot of misery and a lot of pain. However, if you think about all the negative experiences that you have in your life, they have made you stronger. They have transformed you into a new being. And your negative entity attachment experience has been no different. It's up to you to dig deep to find out exactly what they've done for you, to dig deep to realize how helpful that they have been, and to dig deep and find a way to love them exactly as they are and love the world exactly as it is, even though you know it's screwed up and it's got all kinds of problems. But again, you came here specifically to experience it, and you came here because you created it and you wanted to feel what it felt like once again. Step 4. Calmly and peacefully ask them to leave. That they've accomplished everything that they came to accomplish. That you have improved in the ways that they have wanted you to improve. I touched on this in step 3, but this is really taking the time to understand what it is that they were here to teach you, and to understand how it is that they have transformed you, and be comfortable, be confident, be in gratitude for all that they've been able to do for you, and show them that gratitude by thanking them for what they've done and informing them that their services are no longer required and you can send them to the light. Have they made you stronger? Have they made you more tolerant? Have they made you love unconditionally? Have they raised your vibration? Have they raised your trust and faith in yourself? And if you're unable to create that list and you feel as though the only thing that they have done is the opposite, then you've really got to double down and check again, because they will stay with you until you learn the lessons that they're here to teach you. Running from the experience of negative entity attachments does not make you a better person. You have to turn and face them and discover that they're trying to help and in what way they're trying to help. Step 5. Engage in a daily gratefulness practice. I know that for many, this feels like another thing that you'll just never get around to, but I can't state the importance of it enough. Gratefulness is so close in vibration to unconditional love that the two are almost synonymous. And if you can spend the most of your time at the highest vibrational emotional experiences, like gratefulness and unconditional love, the negative entity attachments will have nothing to attach to. And most likely, they're here to teach you that anyway. So this one, you should not ignore. You should definitely engage in a gratefulness practice. And I actually have another video on this that you can watch. This is actually something that I do as homework in my online course. And we've created a community that you get to join and share your gratefulness and help each other and encourage each other to keep up with it every day. Step 6. Receive a full soul essence activation. I work with the Hathors, which are an extra-dimensional group similar to the Pleiadians or the Arcturians. And my main modality is a soul essence activation, which is a 20 to 30 minute activation centering on the energy centers of the body, in this case, the chakras. So if you watch this video right here, you can experience a soul essence activation. Step 7. Receive a soul essence activation for the chakras above the crown. I currently don't have one of those available for you to watch on YouTube, but you can receive one with a one-on-one session from me. A 30-minute session is all it would take. And what this does is it provides an incredible amount of energy for those chakras above the crown, which puts you more in connection with your guides and the collectives. It enhances your spiritual gifts. It will also raise your vibration, which will help when it comes to removing negative entity attachments. So what I'd like to do now is an extra strong entity removal activation. In this activation, I will be directly negotiating with your entities to see if they could leave you permanently or if they can give you a sign as to what it is that they're trying to teach you so that you can go ahead and learn those lessons and remove them for good. I'll also be doing a general raise your vibration activation, which if you continue to listen to this activation on a daily basis or a weekly basis, will continue to keep your vibration raised and to clear out those entities, at least in a temporary basis. So if you're ready for this activation, I would like for you to go ahead and get into a comfortable position. Close your eyes, and I want you to take a nice big deep breath and relax as you exhale. What I want you to do is feel your body sinking into your chair. Feel your shoulders droop. I want you to feel your clothes against your skin. I want you to feel the backs of your hands. I want you to feel your ears. And take another nice big deep breath. And exhale, relaxing the mind. The first thing we're going to do is just do a quick negative entity clearing so that they won't be in the way of any further energy work and activations that we're going to be doing. How this works is I will say the words breath in. You'll take a nice big deep breath. You'll hold it at the top and you'll wait for me to say the word awaken. At that point, you can exhale. Breath in. Awaken. Good. Okay. So now I'm going to be talking to your negative entity attachments for a moment. So just remain breath aware while I'm silent. Breath in. Awaken. Good. So I've asked them to either remove themselves from your field permanently or to help inform you as to what it is that you need to do, what it is that you need to learn, how it is that you need to improve yourself so that they will feel satisfied and that they can leave for good. And now I'd like to raise your vibration, but before I do, I want you to picture yourself standing on the beach. The sun is warm and shining on your face. Your arms are wide in a pose of acceptance for the unlimited energy of the universe coming to you through our star. As you're standing there, you can hear the waves crashing on the shore, the seagulls calling to each other. You can feel the cool sand between your toes. And as you're standing there enjoying this moment, you notice that you just start to lift straight up off the ground. This is symbolic of your vibration increase. And as you look out on the beautiful ocean from this slightly higher perspective, you can see deeper, you can feel more, and you can be satisfied with all the experiences that you've had in your life, this beautiful, perfect life, and you've never made a mistake in it. Everything that you've ever done has been perfect, and it's gotten you to exactly where you are right now. So congratulations, you did it. And now you get to move forward, knowing that you can improve yourself, you can raise your vibration, you can do all the things that your negative entities want you to do so that you can become this incredible, new, enlightened being. And as I said the word enlightened right there, I saw that you were floating, and now, not only just floating, you were lit up in a golden light, shining for all to see. breath in. Awaken. Good. So I want you to feel what it feels like right now, this sensation that you're feeling. Your vibration raised. You're hovering over the beach. The removal of the negative entities. And I want you to focus on what that feels like. Don't think about how you got there. Don't think about what you need to do next. Just feel into this place. And remember that you can return here whenever you'd like. Just remember this moment, and the next time you do any meditation or you're sitting in your car at a stoplight, close your eyes and find this moment. Feel this feeling. And when you're ready to do this on a day-to-day basis, when you're ready to turn and face your negative entity attachments, to discover what it is that they want you to learn, and to take the steps to learn it, when you're ready to love them for what they've provided you, to see them as teachers instead of as enemies, to be excited about what kind of new life awaits you when you start to raise your vibration even more and step into your power. When you're ready for all of this, then you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would recommend that you download the Halo Chakra activation from my website. This will give you just a little bit more protection against the negative entities returning, and you can find the details of that in the description below. I really hope
Sometimes people hold a core belief that is very strong. When they are presented with evidence that works against that belief, the new evidence cannot be accepted. It would create a feeling that is extremely uncomfortable called cognitive dissonance. And because it is so important to protect the core belief, they will rationalize, ignore, and even deny anything that doesn't fit in with the core belief. Mark Twain, it's easier to fool people than to convince them they have been fooled. Why? Because they don't, understandably, want to realize they've been fooled. But it's a wonderful thing to realize you've been fooled. It's a great gift, because from that point you will not be fooled any longer. It's a wonderful gift.
Abundance is yours. Claim it today. Subscribe for more great videos.